Hello, good morning, Todd.
Good
Welcome to our
morning.
weekly meeting. I'm so excited to be here again. And we have chosen the subject of when to hold the price, when to reduce, and when to actually go off market. So I'm
Oh,
I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are.
wow. That's a tough one in this market. It's really it's a moving to a certain degree. It's a moving target as well because I've never, let me put it this way. In the entire career, I've been doing this since the 80s, and it has been rare that we have a market like we have now in terms of that we're literally going out there and sampling as we go. I hate to say that. I tell my clients that just straight up. Look, if anybody says they completely understand this market, they're lying. They don't, because it's shifting. That the proverbial uncertainty tax is
Yes.
definitely in place here. And so, as far as pricing,
There we go.
I think coming in with a price, I always encourage my clients, whatever market price, when we determine the market price, I found it's much better to come in a little below it, just so that you can get the momentum, the grab the traction, and be running with it. Are you guys doing similar, or what do you
It's like I don't know if I think I mentioned it to you. It is it's crazy because I agree. I mean, the beginning, there are three strategies, right? Do you want to go low and get multiple offers in the middle, or do you want to go high and wait it out? Right now, in my opinion, it's not, none of those really apply. I
so
have
what does apply?
it's yeah, right now for me it hasn't happened. I did one dead on market value, a little bit on the low side, nothing. I had one very underpriced. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they are both beautiful listings, beautifully staged, great locations, nothing. One of them is now not staged anymore. And we reset the clock, and I feel I've had more activity these this last week than I had previously when it was at toward the end of the time of our staging. Of course, at that time it was already an older listing, but and then the other one, we were 35 days on the market. I could not, I was very aggressively priced on the, low side and nothing. I didn't even have no private showings. Open houses were good, but no private showings. And we were so low that I told my clients, I'm not doing this. I'm not going below what we are. You paid more for it, 4 years ago, and I'm not doing it, especially since the next higher one, same floor plan, was $300,000 higher than I am.
You 300,000?
Same
Holy
floor plan, same house, different location. I just don't know if it was $300,000 better.
Did that one that's $300,000 more? Did it go under contract?
No, not yet.
It's just active. It's active right now.
She's staying active. She came on a couple of weeks after me. I now leased it. We got a great lease price. They had leased it for 9 months for 6,000. Now they are getting 7,000. So at least that worked out well, that we are getting a great lease price. But it's crazy, and I'm really afraid about the new one that's coming up. It's on the east side of Danville, and they're doing a ton of work. I thought I was going to sell an as is, and have something different where somebody
Right.
can come. But no, they went the whole 9 yards. They are doing so many things that now I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? I'm still going to be on the low side, but I'm afraid.
But you're a little nervous about the market. Is the
I'm a little
market going to
nervous
support it?
because, and it's August, I mean, there are certain times when things are slower, even here, and August is one of them.
Oh,
August is not necessarily, because people are still traveling, people are coming back to get into school. So the first 2 weeks of August, people are getting their travel in, the last hurrah. And then mid-August, it's all back to school stuff.
Wow.
So it's, after Labor Day, but however, not but, however, I feel that everything has been on the slower side, and therefore I don't think any of that applies. I think buyers are getting brave again. We see them at least out there, and they're weighing their options because we have more inventory, but they're still willing. So I'm just gonna do it. I mean,
Right. Well, you don't have a choice. You have to put it out there and to be able to see what's happening. And yet I have one property that nothing, crickets. And then I've got another property that they came in a little higher than what I'd recommended. And I said, well, we can test it. Boom, under contract in a week. And it's just like
but
that's my
now that's the one with the repairs, right? Oops.
and that is the one that with the repairs that now has fallen through since has
Right.
fallen through because they found some electrical issues that we've fallen through on, and so now we're going to be back on the market again. Hopefully we can get under contract as quick, but the bottom line is it's there's no real logic in the market is what I'm saying right now.
Right.
The market is just all over the place. And so your strategy, the number one thing though that I have to admit that we bring to the table that most agents just don't, and that is the exposure level. Exposure, exposure, exposure. With the exposure level, that we can show them the hundreds of thousands of views and everything else that we're getting. Now when you're making decisions, you can't say, well, nobody saw it. Oh no, there's been a lot of people that have seen it. If it's
Yeah.
not moving, it's another factor. It's not a exposure factor that's holding it up. And I that really helps us with decision making because once you know it's been seen, and if you're not getting the action, it limits or it reduces the number of factors that you're going to be looking at to get it to move.
Yeah.
So one of my clients, they just put on a brand new deck because we weren't getting action. This deck kept coming up as an issue. And so he said, fine. So he took it off the market, put on a brand new deck, and now we're getting ready to go back on the market. So
Nice.
that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be great. I know what you mean with going back on the market. And like I said, when do you go off? It really
Right.
depends on how serious or how pressured are your clients, right? I mean, you have to play the game in the current market, and if your seller is in a position where they have to sell, they better be prepared to have all the work done, all the inspections up front, complete transparency, and then be able to get solid offers just based on that fact of the transparency, the disclosures, and the work being done. So I think that is a good way to approach this situation.
Makes total sense. Makes total sense. Love it.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I think I'm going to have to change some of the things that I'm doing as far as inspections, having inspections done on my listings, which I only do certain circumstances. I have a certified turnkey home program, and that's the only time that I do inspections
Yeah.
before listing. And I think I'm going to have to start doing inspections before listing in order to bring that to the table as far as a
It's a
buyer feels
must.
comfortable.
And it's something that the sellers cover. So I think it should just be part of your presentation is like, here is the benefit of working with me. We're getting everything done up front, and I'm going to be able to advise you what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. I mean, not everything needs to be addressed, right? But the knob and tube or whatever it might, dampness underneath the house, stuff
Or
like that.
a new roof that needs to be
Yeah.
put on, or anything like that. A big one here is sewer. You've
Yeah.
got to get your sewer inspected.
Yeah. Here it's not, it all depends. Like in Oakland, Berkeley, it's necessary in many surrounding areas, but here in Danville, it's not required yet. I'm thinking maybe on the west side, there are certain parts in Diablo and, some very high-end markets actually do require it, but um, not like in Oakland or Berkeley or Sausalito where things could be $30,000 because they're on a hill and it's so far to get to the nearest street. The one actually in Sausalito that I had, the house was on the hill and it had to go through a neighbor's yard, the neighbor below. It all had to be opened up and trenched to get to that street below, and the buyer paid for it. The buyer.
Oh, the buyer paid for it?
Mhm. On sewer
Wow.
lateral, it's oftentimes that uh, it's a huge negotiation thing. And Sausalito is a very desirable area. So it's not, it really depends on where you are.
Right.
Sometimes the seller says, okay, I'll give you a credit, but a lot of times it's the buyer who pays for the sewer lateral. They have 6 months to get it done, sometimes 9 months. So it's part of you're going to live there. This is not our issue. This has nothing to do with us.
Right.
Not putting a new roof on is negligence, or not getting, or having rodents. All of those are negligence items where I think sewer lateral is kind of like, well, we didn't choose this.
Well, the thing that's also here that's really important for people to know is like, for example, here in Bountiful, the Bountiful subsidizes if you know the right people, you know how to take advantage, utilize the programs. The Bountiful subsidized putting in the sewer lateral. So as an example, just 1 to 2 towns over is Layton. I had a sewer that needed to be replaced in Layton. It was $20,000 to replace the sewer. I go to Bountiful, same distance, $800.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, $800. It was amazing. So what Bountiful City does is they use the sewer work to be fill in for the city workers. So if they have jobs that they need to, that they have like a
ah,
season, a time, whatever. So in other words, they'll come in, they'll scope it, they'll clean it out so it's functioning and everything. And then they'll say, okay, we're going to come and replace this, but it's going to be sometime in the next few months, maybe even in the
ah.
next year. We'll come and replace it, and it's cheap. I mean, all you're paying for is basically materials. All the labor's taken care of, which is just such a great program. But here's the thing. I have people in Bountiful that have paid for their sewers to be done by not the city, and they're paying 10, 20, $30,000 to get that sewer replaced, where if they knew how to utilize the programs, $800, $1,000 to get the whole thing redone. So
But so is there no requirement for it to be on record? Like there are certain things we can't, like in Sausalito, I ran into the fire hardening issues. Some stuff had to get adjusted on the landscape. You can't close escrow unless those trees are removed or certain things are done, whatever it might be, trimming, removing, adjusting landscape to make it less of a fire issue. You can't close escrow. So I don't know how it is with your sewer lateral. Do you guys keep money in escrow for that to get fixed? Like there's a minimum of $5,000 that is kept in escrow.
that's all negotiable. It's all wide open, meaning you can negotiate for that to happen. It's not government required.
It's
Thank
not
heaven.
government, it's county, right? County
Oh,
or city.
still government. Thank heaven they stay out of our freaking lives.
It's
So
not government. It has nothing to do with government. It has to do with protecting, wherever the county, like here, with fires or sewer it has to do with protecting the town, the values. I don't know about government. There's nothing to do.
evil always tells you, I'm doing this to help you and to protect you.
Oh,
That's the way it always
oh,
works.
stop it.
That's their MO. That's their biggest sales pitch. Oh, I'm here to help you.
No, they're not here. That is so off target. Oh my God. Oh, we're here to help you. You can leave all your big trees, and when the fire comes, no big deal. We won't be in your way. I mean, people have to be protected from themselves most of the time. It's like I have a tree here that's overhanging the roof, and I've been talking and talking and talking, and finally I put my foot down and I said, I don't care what anybody says. This is going to get done. I have a homeowner association, so I'm this is getting done and you are not going to deny me. And when you are a homeowner, you have to do those things because otherwise
Yep.
the insurance won't pay for anything. So it's like the government, I'm sorry. Yes,
See, insurance doesn't, they keep trying to get into our lives here, but we don't let them. So anyhow, but I do agree with you. It's our responsibility. It's just responsibility as a homeowner to keep the trees off your roof, that kind of a thing. That's just your
exactly. But
responsibility.
there are many homeowners who run around the world clueless and, oh yeah, but I like my trees to really make me feel like I'm part of them. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
okay, great.
Yeah.
Until the next fire. And then you're going to be whining and crying and be surprised that your insurance is not paying. I'm telling you, I think a lot of people need to be protected from themselves.
Okay. All right. There's the Yasmine philosophy. Protect people from themselves. All right. Love it. Always as usual. Different
Yes.
perspectives. Love it. You
Thank
have an
you.
amazing week. Great to meet with
You
you.
too. Right.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.